Thomas McCandless and his wife Margaret Smith were born in Northern Ireland in the early 1800s. They immigrated to the U.S. around 1830 and settled in Elizabeth, New Jersey. They had 9 children, including a son, also named Thomas, born in 1852. Thomas and his wife Ada are shown in these portraits painted by their daughter Bessie. They had 10 children, including my grandfather George, who was the youngest, born in 1900. Thomas had a farm in what was quite a rural area at the time, a place with popular swimming holes and where families would ride in carriages for picnics. In 1908, Standard Oil bought many small farms in the area for a planned oil refinery. Thomas, according to local newspaper accounts, horse traded with the oil company, selling his property for $56,000 or approximately $1.5 million in today's dollars. Those sales cleared the way for one of the largest refineries in the world, a sight familiar to anyone who has taken the Jersey Turnpike into New York. Thomas used some of his windfall to purchase a beautiful parcel near Wurtsville on the north slope of the Sauerland Mountains, a few miles from Hopewell. Most of their 10 children were established adults at that time, but George was still young. There are pictures of him at 22 working on the new farm. My grandmother, Lillian Riley, was teaching at the Wurtsville school near the farm at that time, which is how they presumably met. They married in 1922 and had their first son, Thomas, my father, in 1924. They lived on the farm but moved into Hopewell in 1925, where their son Harry was born in 1926. We went to visit the farm when it belonged to a wealthy real estate developer. When we arrived, there were polo players from Argentina unloading horses for an upcoming match. We were invited in by his housekeeper to see the house, which had been nicely preserved.
It's a precious house, Don. It's really beautiful.
Yeah. See, these walls have been here quite a while. You see how old they are.
So could we walk around in the farm?
Yes, yes, of course.
Come to.
Ronnie is getting a big kick out of this.
This is the main entrance to the house, but
Look
it's not
how
used because everybody goes in the
See the
kitchen.
staircase
That's
in
the
there?
main entrance.
Wow, look at that.
We don't use it. You can see it from the inside. I'll show it to you if you like to see it.
Oh, definitely.
Veronica getting a big thrill out of this.
Wow, look at the view.
Yeah.
This is the tennis court.
Yeah.
This course, he has a polo field. And he has his own airplane strip where they come and land.
Yeah, we saw the plane.
You know.
Wow.
Did you ever see such a beautiful spot?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
So, and of course, it looks even more picturesque when there are horses on the evening out.
Or I was told that my grandfather bought the first tractor that Percy Vincent ever sold. You know, Vincent's on the corner of
Right.
518.
Right.
That tractor business.
Right.
Well, beautiful, beautiful location. Yeah.
Very private. You know, very private and very.
Should have hung on to this piece of property, Pop.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
Beautiful. Oh, look at the Tiffany lamp in there. Steins.
Right.
Yeah.
This goes upstairs to a tiny private, like a little apartment.
Oh.
But it fits, you know, for servants' quarters or if you would need.
Right.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's now. I think that's really colonial.
yeah.
Wow.
The flooring is.
Because these big,
And look how neat this is to put
Chandelier.
Yeah, these are old. It's all
Oh,
old,
that's
very
old.
old
That's-
stuff.
Those are
That's
beautiful.
18th century.
Right.
I think.
Aren't they great? Yeah.
Beautiful.
Then the bar is in here.
Uh-huh.
You know, so and I see the straight hallways. This is the living room.
Ah, the living room is beautiful
Yeah.
too. So he had plenty of money, I would say,
Well,
to have
I
a place
think
like this.
That's what I was
He sold that farm out in Elizabeth for a lot of money in those days.
Yeah, I would say so, $50,000.
Yeah.
So what are happy with all that money?
Well, he lost quite a bit of it during the Depression time.
Ah.
Yes. And he had 10 children.
No, I see
10
the-
children.
Yeah, my father was the youngest of 10.
Wow.
Yes.
And
And
the
the Depression
Depression.
came along
Yeah.
roughly over 10 years after he acquired us.
Wow.
So
Very nice.
I
Beautiful.
I think he invested some of that money and lost a lot of it.
George and Lillian left behind the life of farming, as did many others during this period. In 1800, 94% of people in the U.S. lived in rural areas. By 1930, that was reduced to 44%. We don't know when the farm was sold, but the Great Depression began around 1929 and lasted through most of the 1930s. That, plus Thomas Sr.'s losses in the stock market, may have made it difficult to keep the farm going for him or any of his children. Thomas Sr. died in 1933 at the age of 81. George and Lillian lived on Prospect Street in Hopewell, where he worked at Wertz Market for 21 years as manager of the grocery department. He was also a deacon at the Baptist Church and a board member of the Savings and Loan. They raised their 2 sons, managed through the Depression, saw their sons go into the military and return safely during World War II. After the war, Harry and Tom married 2 Hallfish sisters, Marion and Margaret. They saw the arrival of 6 grandchildren. I used to stop at their house on the way home from grammar school, where my grandmother, the retired teacher, supervised my homework and spared me countless hours of staring out the window had I been left on my own.